I just extend on behalf of the Commonwealth Government and all Australians to all those in Kalbarri that we are standing with you. This morning at 8 o'clock, the phone lines opened on 1802266 that will provide that disaster recovery payment support to people affected in those areas. That's $1,000 per adult and $400 per child. These are critical support payments in a time like this. And you can call that number. Your application is dealt with over the phone. There's no need for lots of paperwork. The Commonwealth Government, through Services Australia, has become very experienced through so many of the disasters we've experienced over the course of the last few years, whether it's floods, whether it's fires, whether it's cyclones, indeed many of the other events that have impacted on so many Australians. And just as Australians were there for those who were affected by those natural disasters, so Australians will be there for those affected by the cyclone at Kalbarri. I'm looking forward to going in a couple of days' time to be able to see firsthand on the ground and see what additional support we can provide. Later today, I'm meeting with the Premier to discuss further supports. I appreciate the way, once again, that the Premier and I and our agencies and our ministers have worked closely together on coordinating the response to this cyclone, just as we do on so many other disasters that sadly we've had to deal with over such a long period of time. So these systems are there to support people. And you know, one of the things that happens during these disasters, Australians who've never had to reach out for support before, very self-sufficient, I know how self-sufficient Western Australians are, reach out. The support is there for you at a time like this. And so please make that support available to you by reaching out and calling that number today, and you'll get a swift response. And we're very pleased to do that element, as we will be doing many others in concert with the state government. Now, of course, this afternoon when I meet with the Premier, we'll be talking about many other issues, but one issue that is not in dispute and never will be, and that is the GST deal for Western Australia. Yeah. This is a deal that as Treasurer I sponsored, as Prime Minister I legislated. And the one person you can trust any more with this deal is the person who actually brought it about, and that's me. And the Premier and I share a passion for this, and we work together to achieve this. I argued it on the West Coast, and more importantly, I argued it on the East Coast. I said the same thing in Sydney as I've said in Perth. I've said the same thing throughout Western Australia as I said in North Queensland and in South Yarra. And that is how you approach this. We did it because it was the right thing to do. It was a wrong that needed to be righted in Western Australia. And we were very pleased as a government to both take that initiative, to argue the case and to get it done. Now, of course, one of the many other areas we'll be discussing this afternoon is the ongoing economic plan, recovery plan for Australia, but particularly for Western Australia.